do I mean by I fell into the toy trap? Well, good morning, guys. Today's Thursday. It's an unexpected day because Chad is here with me. Chad got hurt at work yesterday. He got bit by a dog and we had to go to the hospital. He's okay, but he needs to rest today. I have to admit, I fell into the toy trap. I never thought I would fall into the toy trap. Living in a tiny house on wheels, I honestly thought that I just wouldn't buy toys. And it's not like we've bought a lot of toys. I got to this point where I just kept thinking he needs more toys, he needs more toys. But he doesn't. Hi. You can walk over here? Need some help?
Hi.
Floyd is in such a good mood today. Let's get ready for the day. Alright, we're ready for our day. Not too sure what we're gonna get up to yet, but since Dad's home, maybe we'll do some meal prep or some baking or something fun. Let's start off with breakfast. So while Floyd's oatmeal cools down, I wanted to just mention these little rice husk things that I got for him. I got these for him like actually a couple months ago because they say pumpkin, carrot, and spinach. So I was like, oh, those are really healthy. That'll be great. Because at this age, they really need a good source of iron. And I thought, oh, it has spinach in it. It's probably some iron in there. Not like a lot, but some. I get home and I read the ingredients on the back. None. Like, I was totally fooled by the label, I guess you could say. But there's no nutritional value at all. It's like a rice cake with absolutely zero nutritional content in it at all. And the only reason I'm mentioning this is because there are other things that you can get as little like handheld self-feeding snacks for babies. Actually, here, I'll show you. Well, Floyd eats that. I'll show you what else we got. Baby gourmet things. They're carrot sticks, so they're still really easy to hold. They have like 4% iron, 4% calcium, 9% potassium. Like, they're still a melt in your mouth kind of snack, so it's safe to feed them, but they have some nutritional content. So what do I mean by I fell into the toy trap? Well, I basically feel like he has an attention span of like 2 minutes with a toy, and then he's not really interested in it anymore. So then I feel like it's necessary to go get him a new toy, which it becomes then this cycle of like constantly getting new toys because he seems uninterested in them. I wouldn't go out and buy brand new toys, obviously. I went to the thrift store one day and I got 3 toys for $7. I got the wire bead thingy and the boom box that he loves. And then I got this other like alpha bug thing. I got those 3 toys for $7. So it's not like it's like expensive to be buying new toys. You can get a lot of toys for like next to nothing. And then I made some space on his toy shelf. More room for more toys. I can probably get more toys in here. And then I just like realized that he doesn't really care about his toys. He likes to pull them all off the shelf and put them everywhere, but he doesn't like play with them for longer, like I said, than a minute or 2. Which I call the toy trap. You may have heard of toy swapping, where you have toys in like different areas and you swap them out and trade them so that kids don't get bored of their toys. So I did somewhat do that the other day. We have toys in the car, toys in his little play area down here, and then toys upstairs in his bedroom. So rotate toys, that's what it's called. I sometimes will rotate some of them just to keep it interesting. What I did in the main play area down here is I went through all his toys and just left his favorite toys, and then took out all the other toys and put them in his toy box upstairs. Is it nap time, buddy? Yeah. You're so cute. Let's start by going upstairs into the bedroom and showing you what's going on up there. Someone needs a nap. Come here, Floyd. Come here. Look at him stand there. That baby gate is perfect. It's retractable, and so it hooks up to this upstairs one, so we can lock him in here, and then you just unhook it and bring it downstairs, and we have attachments at the bottom of the stairs, so we can put a baby gate at the bottom of the stairs so he can't go up when he's downstairs. So this is where we keep his toy box. I put all his toys in there, and then I just take out a few at a time and either put them up here for him to play with, or downstairs, or maybe even in the car. Floyd is sleeping. So let's go find out what happened to Chad yesterday at work.
Yesterday at work, if any of you guys don't know, I work for like a dog daycare and hiking company, and there was a dog fight, and I tried to break it up and ended up getting bit in the leg. And now when it happened, I don't know if my adrenaline was going pretty good, but I didn't really think much of it. I went and cleaned it up, obviously, shoved some soap in there, got it really clean, got alcohol on it, disinfected, blah, 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 blah. Went back to work for the rest of the day, and then pretty close to the end of the day, it started to like swell and stuff like that. It started to swell pretty fast, actually. So I decided to go get it checked out, had to go to emergency. They cleaned it up, put me on some antibiotics, and that's about it.
How are you feeling today?
I feel good. My knee is just really sore. It's still about like twice the size of my other one. It's gone down a little bit since last night, but it's definitely not 100%. So.
How bad is it? Do you want to show us? I know.
If you want to see it, sure.
Oof.
So, as you can see, like this is my other one.
Yeah. Actually, it's like pretty swollen still.
It's quite swollen, yeah. So these are the two top teeth. There's some other scrapes from the other teeth and stuff, but he got me really good with one of his bottom canines, like right into where my knee is, and like I think that's why it's so swollen. So there's obviously like whatever tendons, ligaments, blah 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 in there. So that's probably what got me good.
I just want to thank you for when you called me yesterday and told me on the phone that you were bit by a dog. You were so calm, because I would have been freaking out.
No, I didn't tell you earlier in the day, like when it actually happened.
No.
I was like, oh, I don't want to like stress her out till I get home, and then I'll just show her. But when I was driving home, that's when it was like getting really bad. I drive a standard vehicle, so I'm just like constantly just moving my legs and stuff, and by the time I got home, it was pretty unbearable.
Wasn't too bad once we got to the hospital. I wasn't allowed in, but he went in and they gave him antibiotics, and now he gets to hang out with me and Floyd today. Floyd is awake from his nap, and I want to talk to you guys about my solution to being stuck in the toy vortex. But first we're going to make some lunch. I have this really awesome book. It's called Food to Grow On, The Ultimate Guide to Childhood Nutrition from Pregnancy to Packed Lunches. There's a little recipe in here for toddler-friendly lentil bites and tzatziki, so I'm going to make some of those for Floyd and then freeze some so we have some for later. And then we'll get back to talking about toys. So Floyd plays with his toys until he gets bored of them, which isn't very long. He pulls them all down off of the shelf, and that's about as exciting as his toys get. And then when he gets restless, I bring him in his high chair to come hang out with me. So when he's in his chair, he likes to just usually hang out with me, but I do have a little trick. I pull out the snacks. It's lunchtime, so I'm making these lentil patties, and he's gonna sit in his chair while I fry them, and I'm gonna feed him a couple snacks. And he's happy as can be. I also whipped up some tzatziki to dip these lentil patties in. I definitely need to master that recipe. I think they're a little bit moist. They fell apart really easily. But what's great is that he enjoys being in his chair next to me while I'm cooking, doing the dishes, anything that I'm doing in the kitchen. He's just happy to be in his chair next to me. What I've really learned is that most babies probably aren't really interested in toys because they're more interested in what you're doing. So if you include them in what you're doing, they'll be just as content as if they were playing with their toys. So you don't always need to be buying them new toys, but maybe see if there are ways you can incorporate them into whatever you're doing. I know a lot of us think, and I have done it a lot, here's a toy, go play with this while I do this, while I clean this, or while I'm busy. Just give him a toy or something to play with. So when I do the laundry, I take him into the bathroom with me and I sit him on the floor next to the washing machine and I show him me loading the machine and I show him me pulling all the laundry out, and he just sits and watches. And then as he gets older into the toddler years, he'll be more likely to want to help as well. Even though toddler help may not be very productive, it still teaches them that they have a role in this household and they have something that they have to do too. Everything that I am talking about I learned in my book, Hunt, Gather, Parent. I know I've mentioned it a lot of times in my recent videos, but it's been so eye-opening for me, and it just makes so much sense. In Western society, I think we feel like it's our job to entertain our children, and I have felt like that since the moment Floyd was born. I remember he was a week old and I asked the midwife, what do I do to entertain him? And she was like, you don't. You don't need to entertain a 1-week-old. And I was like, oh, okay. You always have this feeling that you need to entertain them, like that it's your job. And so in this book, they just explain how it's not our jobs to entertain children. They can entertain themselves, and we are just here to make sure that they're safe, nourished, and growing happy, healthy lifestyles. Anyways, guys, hopefully I'm not talking about my book too much, but I really found it very helpful when it came to my toy trap issues, because I just don't have room to keep continuously buying toys. Thanks for watching. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. We'll have a great rest of our day, and I will see you in the next video.